obligated treatment, special treatment. You deny everything. You feel like you're obligated treatment, special treatment. You deny everything. You feel like you're obligated treatment, special treatment. You deny everything. You feel like you're obligated treatment, special treatment.
Okay, like I said, in the comment, I spoke to his lawyer and told his lawyer said, first he said that I wasn't paying the rent. And I told him I paid the rent, I just didn't pay the increase. He said, the landlord's allowed to, raise the rent when he buys the building. I said, yes, but he's also supposed to make repairs and et cetera, et cetera. I explained to him about the black mold, water leaks, electrical problems, structural problems this has been going on for a couple of years now. And the last landlord sold the building. She tried to raise the rent on me by $400 and got upset because I wouldn't pay it. And I said, and I wouldn't sign the lease. I said, we'll do that when, after you make all these repairs, we'll discuss the rent increase, etc., etc. She threatened to evict me, threatened me with counsel. So I told her, go ahead and get counsel, and we'll discuss these issues.
You deny everything.
But she pretty much acted like this.
You feel like you're obligated treatment, special treatment. You deny everything. You feel like you're obligated.
Now in the full video, I walk him to the bathroom, tried to show him the bathroom. He just totally ignored that. There's a whole lot of things he just totally ignores. So anyways, he got mad when I told him about, I said, you can look it up on the net. Legally, you have to fix all this. I said, just look up landlord fixes everything. It's easy to look up. And this is what I was complaining about. The plumbing, there's rust and some black stuff coming out the faucets. The drains keep backing up. Black mold was growing out of there. Structural repairs, multiple water leaks in the bathroom and in the kitchen. And they just insisted putting paint over it, and that'll hide everything. Okay, and structural repairs are addressed within 14 days of written notice. Emergency issues such as no heat, that's happened a few times. Essential repairs, landlord must fix issues that affect safety, sanitation, and habitability, such as broken locks, pests, no heat, plumbing, and electricity. That's all I wanted fixed. They to save money, they put a smaller trash can out. This is a big building, and they used to rent. These are one apartment or one bedroom apartments, and before they used to just rent a single older people. This building used to be filled with a lot of seniors on Social Security, but they wanted to make more money. Raise the rent, so they started renting to multiple. They had families living here, and little kids. I was a little pissed off that they had to go buy water to drink. Okay, notify in writing, the landlord, writing emails if needed repairs. I talk to them, I text them. It doesn't matter. Damage liability. I didn't do any damage here. That's already been noted. Okay, so this is what I had talked to his lawyer about. And I was actually reading it off the net while I was talking to him on the phone, and he laughed at me. And then he called me and told me he received notice for my appearance in court. Told me how much it was going to cost. I said I put in a fee waiver. He laughed at me. He said, "Oh, the judge ain't going to accept that." Told him I also put in for a jury trial, fee waiver for that. And he said he'll talk to the judge and see to it that he doesn't grant me the fee waiver for the jury trial. He can't stop it for the fee waiver for the trial, but he said he's going to stop it for the jury trial. So I want to question the judge about that. And what I'm going to take is Code of Judicial Conduct. Okay, in there it says the Code of Judicial Conduct mandates that judges act with integrity, impartiality, diligence, prohibiting impropriety, ex parte communications, and bias. Attorneys are, I told you, the lawyer said he was going to talk to the judge to report significant violations that raise questions about a judge's fitness, typically, or whatever. Key aspects, Code of Judicial Conduct, duty to report. Under Rule 8.3 of professional conduct, attorneys must report appropriate authority if they know violation that raises substantial question about a judge's fitness or office. Okay, so I'm going to use that. Use that against the judge if he doesn't report the lawyer for misconduct. How to report misconduct is reported to the bodies like the Illinois Judicial Inquiry Board or Federal Circuit Councils via complaint forms. Judges have an ethical and sometimes statutory obligation to report attorney misconduct, including severe ineffective assistance of counsel, IAC severe ineffective assistance of counsel, IAC to state bar disciplinary authorities. While not every claim of the IAC requires reporting, judges must intervene when witness incompetence such as sleeping, conflicts of interest, or gross negligence. Mandatory reporting. Okay, so I definitely need some company because the last time the judge I went to, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same judge. I was in eviction court. It was a wrongful eviction. I was getting evicted because I was moving. I was looking for a place to move. The landlord wanted me to do some more repairs. Didn't pay me for the stuff I already did, the remodeling I did. They complained about how long it took me. I'm a handicap. I had to get people to actually come and do the stuff and point. But regardless, I put a lot of money. They wanted me to do more before I left so they could sell the place real quick, like these landlords are doing. The last one sold it to this one, and she told me if I didn't sign the lease, she couldn't sell the building. Now, the new landlord wants everybody on the lease. I said, well, tell the new landlord come and talk to me because you're supposed to make these repairs, and it's mandatory, and if you're not doing it, you guys got to come up with a schedule and let everybody know. Disclosure is mandatory. And she mentioned it in her text about disclosure. Okay, so I'm going to demand that this judge report because ineffective assistance of counsel is guaranteed in the Sixth Amendment of the United States Constitution. And that guarantees that every lawyer and judge will abide by the rules and the code. So ineffective assistance of counsel doesn't just actually go against attorney representing you. It can actually go against. But the rules and the codes are strict, and any lawyer violating the rules of professional conduct, it's mandatory to report of all lawyers, judges having any knowledge of this. Now, this lawyer is going to offer, I already told him, he says he has a signed lease from me from the previous landlord, which he doesn't. I have a copy of that lease, and it's blank. And I also have her emails and her texts complaining about me not signing the lease, not paying the rent increase, and the landlord before her threatening to take me to court. I have a letter from them threatening to take me to court. I owe them money because I never paid, but they never mentioned anything about the repairs that were mandatory. They always left that out. They always talk over me, like a lawyer does in court. I've been on the stand a few times, and a lawyer tried to talk over me. I just sat there and waited for an answer, and I told him, I'm waiting for you to get done talking. When you're done yelling, when you calm down, because they like to, if you ever read the preamble and the rules of professional conduct and the Code of Judicial Conduct, there's supposed to be some decorum, dignity. They're supposed to treat you with respect, and they don't. So anyways, this is, I'm going to take the rules of professional conduct with me and the Code of Judicial Conduct. And at first, I'm going to use the codes to demand my right to be heard, and then remind the judge that this lawyer, to cite this lawyer for misconduct, multiple counts, and report him to the proper authorities. And this is a conspiracy against rights under the color of law, because a lawyer aiding and assisting his client to break the law, to deprive me of my rights of a habitable living conditions required by law. And those are also ethics complaints. But I'm doing my best to try to get some people to go down there with me, because the last time I was in that court, the judge said, okay. He says he's trying to move. I went in there and I said, I'm trying to move. I can't move because of this eviction. So the lawyer didn't even explain anything. He just said, well, maybe we can settle this with an arbitrator. Seriously, that's nothing but legal harassment. They didn't want me to move until I finished fixing everything. Then they'll remove the eviction so I can move. And I wanted to move so I can be close to my doctor's office, because I was scheduled to have both my knees operated on, and then both my wrists, both knees, torn meniscus, both wrists, carpal tunnels. I had both shoulders fixed, rotator cuff tears, and I still got more to go. I never asked for any special treatment. Okay, I'm going to have to go here. All my neighbors will tell you. I don't like people pushing my carts, my wheelchair. Either videos of everything I talked to this guy about. That special treatment, that's one side of the toilet, that's the other. He got mad because I wanted it replaced because it wobbled, and I'm handicapped. I didn't want the toilet falling out from underneath me. This goes back before him. That's the tub.
When you turn on the one on the left, that water will come out fast.
You want to sit a little bit? Shall we?
Oh, okay. Seeing that black stuff keeps coming out.
But this one will shut the water? No.
Oh, that one? No, that one I have no problem with. That one just never completely shut off. And it gets real humid in here, so I had to shut off the water. I can't use the hot water without it getting... So, why don't you take all this stuff out of there? Get it out of your way. I'm sorry. I was up earlier, and I was throwing up, and I meant to get that out of there.
Please be nice to us.
See, and it turns the sink orange, the water. Did you notice?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
As soon as we change the faucet, it will be fine. I mean,
Yeah, the guy changed the faucet in the bathtub a couple years ago. He was supposed to come back and change this, but he never did. And he was complaining about the water usage. And I said, well, I told you after I first moved in, and nothing was done. And so that's all I wanted to,
all right.
Oh, yeah, and look up there from the water leaks upstairs. I was telling her about that. The first one, it was just up there, above the shower. This was the second one, and that was the third one.
All right, I'll take pictures of it. This
Okay.
way the plumber can go.
I don't think that wanting clean water is special treatment. Came in to use the bathroom and there's water all over the place. On the sink. From a water leak again. Why it's orange? Oh, it's dirt there. Water on the floor. Under the toilet. On the toilet seat. I just ran this water and the black stuff came out. Shut off. Water's constantly running. Actually, it was running a little faster. It's off. My ankle have a hard time walking and swell up. Oh, here's another time. This is 15th, 2024.
Well, look at this.
The ceiling is leaking again. And I want to call the building manager. But anytime I complain, I don't know what those people upstairs are doing. That was after I got one of my knees fixed. When I used to take care of myself, I went to the laundromat by myself. I'm older now, and people come out to help me. I forgot the name, but It got started when I called Catholic Charities, and one time I wanted to throw out the garbage, and I couldn't.
Somebody. They're gonna evict me. They know I'm handicapped. They know I live alone. And even if I wanted to, I don't have the money to move because I can't hire anybody to move me. I don't have anybody to help me move. So now I have to go. I figured I'd go out for a cruise just to burn off some steam.
It's only to deflect. They want to get rid of me. I was told because they were worried I might be talking to the other tenants.
Getting ready for my ride down. Had to come up and get some masks. Kind of feeling a little down. Decided to take a page from my own playbook. Took care of my parents for a long time, but they used to get upset because I was the only one that was there. Before I moved in, I was showing up for a lot of stuff. Cutting the grass, cutting the bushes, moved in, and for a few years here.
When I still had it in me, I used to ride uphill in my wheelchair just for that ride down. I went grocery shopping on my way home. A lot of people have a hard time believing that I went grocery shopping to the laundromat by myself. Special treatment. I don't like being bothered.
The steep hill. Let's see how well I get down
That day, I had to ride home from 103rd and Roberts Road to 95th and 88th Avenue. That was a long ride. There was no buses going my way. So it took about 2.5, 3 hours to get home on my wheelchair. Look at this.
Had a refrigerator delivery. They took the old one, left a new one in the front room. So now my handicap ass got to work it into the kitchen so my food don't go bad.
That was messed up. Took me a while to get that refrigerator, kind of like walking it, pushing it side by side, sitting in my walker, and then my wheelchair trying to push it, and it took me a while. Food went bad. I got home from the grocery store using my crutches to get me put my groceries in my wheelchair in. That was when my ankle swelled up going downstairs.
Holy crap. The doctor gave me these braces to put on my ankles. He said it'd be easier to walk. I fell asleep with them on. And I couldn't sleep. So I had to focus, put my mind in a good place. And was dreaming about raising my kids. Woke up in a good mood. Went to get out of bed. Forgot about the ankle thing. My ankle popped. And look, kept the swelling down on the ankle. But it transferred to my foot. Past the ankle right here. And look what it did to my damn leg up here. Oh man, that is so hard. It's hard.
Yeah, I still fight with the doctors about getting my ankles fixed. They told me you don't need to walk. I told them I miss dancing, bike riding, going for walks. You don't need to do that anymore. You're old, you're handicapped. Let your family take care of you. I've been turned down by a couple of doctors. Me coming home from the laundromat, going to at the laundromat by myself. That's just my fingers swelling up. Well, either way, I never expected anybody to treat me different.
If Trump wants boots on the ground in Iran, he should deploy.
Never asked for special treatment. And the only thing that gets me through it is knowing the law. That's all I talk about. I like to read it to other people. That's what I do now. Thank you, good night. Hey, hopefully you'll watch that at the very beginning. That guy thinking I want special treatment. I didn't ask for them to put a ramp. I tried to talk to them about putting a walk-in shower to replace that tub. I told them the bathroom has to be remodeled. You might as well just gut the damn thing and check to see what structural damage there is. my copies of the Rules of Professional Conduct. Somebody asked me what I was doing. I was perusing. I made a little books out of them. Rules of Professional Conduct and the Code of Judicial Conduct. And depending on the case and what I'm talking about, will depend on what I highlight and what issues I'm going to bring up in court. So that's what I want to do. The judge is going to try to stop me. The lawyer is going to try to stop me, even though they know everything I say is true. But it's just that when it comes to the court, they ever been in court, judge likes to think he or she is king or queen. They can do anything they want. They don't have to abide by the law. They don't have to enforce it. But when you bring, their job description, the oath they took requires them to do this. So this is what they're required to do in a court of law. And that's in the Code of Judicial Conduct. And I want to see to it that the judge lives up to that. And the only way they're going to try to play some games, but the only way it'll get in and out real quick, fast, in a hurry, and I can get this judge to cite this lawyer, for misconduct and report him, is if I have witnesses. Because it's not going to be on the court record. And they're not going to allow anybody to record. So if I just have some witnesses, next Monday, the 30th, 1 p.m., courtroom 203, Bridgeview Courthouse, Cook County, Illinois. Thank you. Good night.